First off, with using drones at the Ralph Wilson Stadium, security is the biggest issue at any sporting venue or major event, and that's where drones could come into a huge advantage, as they can cover tons of ground through the air and can see things that a foot patrol, security guard, or police officer can't, or certain security camera angles won't be able to cover everything. This way, threats could be detected a lot quicker and shut down. After the 1972 Olympics in Munich, where 11 Israeli athletes were killed by Palestinian terrorists, security has been upped at every, or at least they've been pushing to up security at every venue, regardless of the costs, and that's shown immensely at the 2014 FIFA World Cup, where Brazil spent over $900 million on security alone. And with more security, it will be safer for everyone, including the players, the fans, security themselves, if everything can be taken care of and seen in advance to any tragedies happening. And another use for the drones could just be customer satisfaction when it comes to purchasing food, beverage, merchandise, because a lot of fans don't like waiting in line and using time that they could be watching the event. If it's not halftime or intermission or in between quarters, they don't like standing in line waiting for 10-20 minutes just to get a drink. And with the use of drones, although it would be quite frantic, it could at least assist the distribution of goods and bring it right to the customers where they're seating. Only problems with things like this would be getting the drones safely to the spot, as safety is a concern with them flying overhead of fans while they're sitting at the game. But if they can come up with certain flight patterns or directions for the drones to go, this could easily be avoided, and the well-being of the fans would be okay, and they would spend even more money if the drones could come directly to them instead of making them get up and wait. And that would just be a huge incentive for people to be lazy and sit down and keep spending their money on your goods. And for sports photography, drones are the future. They're already starting to be used. They were used at the Winter Olympics in Sochi to get the best angles possible for skiers and snowboarding and all the other games that are there. I don't even know. They were used to they could get right above the athlete and take pictures from angles we've never had before. And the market for that will just be immense. And you can broadcast from there too, instead of just having side profile cameras. Like, for example, at the Bills game, if you're sitting up at the 300s in the corner and you can't see the other side of the field when they're driving to get into the end zone, they do have it on the big screen, but it's still just a poor view. With the drone, you could get right up personal, right above the line, right in front of the line, facing the players, whatever way they could possibly deliver it to you, and make it a lot better experience to watch and see exactly what's happening, instead of just maybe EJ Manuel or Matt Castle, whoever it's going to be this year, stuffed under the offensive line pushing in. They could get a better angle and watch them reach or dive into the end zone and score a touchdown. The main issue with the drones would be cost, as it's going to be quite expensive to implement all that new technology, and the cost of drones themselves, which could range anywhere from a few $100s to a few $100,000 depending on what type of drone we're dealing with. But especially with the new ownership, this would only be small change, and the profits would hugely outweigh any of the costs. So hopefully we can work on this and get these drones in Ralph Wilson Stadium and change the game and be the first sport venue to full-time use these drones and make it a much better time at the games and making security revolutionize and photography and broadcasting much greater than it already was.